Yo, today is Free Ride Friday, where we give away a free ride to the $100 MBA Training Community. That's a lifetime membership to over 180 video lessons, workbooks, interviews with experts, ask questions anytime. Every Friday, we give away a free ride in a random draw. How do you enter the draw? Just leave us an iTunes rating and a review, and you are a part of the weekly draw every single week. To learn more about how to give us an iTunes rating and review, just visit 100mba.net/show. So look out for who won the free ride in today's episode. Let's jump right into it. Welcome to the $100 MBA Show, the podcast that gives minding your own business a whole new meaning with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhome. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today, you will learn the 5 flaws every entrepreneur must avoid. These are 5 things you need to avoid like the plague. They will crush you as an entrepreneur. They will absolutely destroy you. Make sure you avoid these 5. We're going to go into them in detail today. So let's get down to business. Today's episode is sponsored by Rerun. Rerun is for any small business, organization, or association wanting to automate their reoccurring subscription or membership billing. No monthly fees, pay only for what you process at a low, flat rate. Visit rerun.com/podcast for a 30-day free trial. That's rerunapp.com/podcast. These 5 flaws are the absolute demise of any entrepreneur. You need to make sure that you avoid these at all costs. I can't stress this enough because they will affect you and they will stop you from growing as an entrepreneur. Let's start with number 1, inflexibility. A successful entrepreneur has to be flexible. You got to be able to move and change direction quickly. Sometimes you're going to have something that you're doing that's not working. It's not what your audience needs or wants, and you're going to need to change it. Entrepreneurs that are stubborn, that are inflexible, that say it has to be this way or nothing else. It has to be my way or nothing else. That's the complete wrong way of looking at things. It's not your way. It's the way that works for your audience. You're serving an audience. You're serving people. These people are the ones that are going to purchase your products. These people are going to dictate if you're successful or not. So you got to make sure you offer something that they want. And if you're going to be inflexible about that, then you're just asking for trouble. Being flexible doesn't mean that you don't have an opinion or you just let people walk all over you. It means that you will consider other opinions. You'll consider other things if it makes sense, if it improves your product, it improves your business. There are going to be times where you have to insert your opinion or maybe insist on something. But most of the time, you should be pretty flexible if it's in the best interest of you and your business. A lot of us look at successful entrepreneurs and we just see the successes. We don't see the failures. We don't see how they've changed their business models or closed down businesses because it's just not working anymore. They have to stay flexible. A good example of this is Richard Branson with his company Virgin. He's grown his company tremendously. He's got an airline. He's got mobile technology. He's got trips to space. It's insane, but one of his brands, which was the Virgin Megastore, which sold music, had to really change its philosophy. They had to really start closing down some of the stores. He could have been inflexible and said, no, this is like my baby. I have to do this. Keep all these stores open. And then he would have lost so much money. But he remained flexible. He realized that nobody buys music anymore in that way. People buy music in a different way. So he invested into different ventures. He remained flexible. All right, let's move on to number 2, which works off number 1, and it's having a short-term view. Entrepreneurs with a short-term view are looking for that quick win and not realizing that this is a legacy. This is something that you're building over time. And that requires a bit of patience, but you have to have a long-term view if you want to be successful. When you have a short-term view, sometimes you do get stubborn because you think that this is the only thing that's going to make you successful. But you have to have a broader understanding of entrepreneurship. You have to say, I want to be a successful entrepreneur. So if this one product or one service or one idea does not work out, it's okay. I haven't failed. I can recreate it. I can relaunch it. I can introduce something that's new altogether. It doesn't matter because I'm on the pursuit of being a great entrepreneur. That's a long-term view. Understanding that my work that I do today is going to pay off in the future. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month, but at some point it will pay off. So always look at your business and your career as an entrepreneur in that long-term view. So ask yourself questions like, where's my business going to be in 6 months? Where's it going to be in a year? Where's it going to be in 5 years? What does that look like? Having a short-term view can kill your business because you're not planning for the future. You're just worried about right now. And businesses are not built in the right now. They're built over time. All right, number 3, the third flaw you should avoid like the plague is a lack of focus. Entrepreneurs that jump around from one idea to another without seeing it through and seeing if this is actually going to work and putting the time and the commitment into that idea or into that product or service or business is essential. A lot of us as entrepreneurs, we're free-spirited. We will have great ideas all the time and we want to implement them all, but you just can't do it. You have to focus on one at a time. And a lack of focus and a lack of discipline is really going to crush you. The best entrepreneurs I've seen around me and the friends that I know, they're extremely disciplined, not only with their time, but with their business and what they're doing. They have plenty of ideas, of course they do, but they see through ideas and work on building one idea at a time. Once it's built and they have systems in place, they can hire somebody to take over it, and then you can work on the next idea. But that's like years in the making, guys. That's not something that happens in a couple months. So a lack of focus can really derail you as an entrepreneur. The more focused you are on your business, on a task at a time, the more effective you're going to be. All right, number 4, a lack of problem-solving skills. As an entrepreneur, you're going to be faced with challenges, and you have to be equipped with problem-solving skills. What happens to you when a problem arises, when you have a challenge in your business, when you have a setback? What do you focus on? How do you dissect the problem? How do you make sure that you're focusing on solutions? Or do you collapse? Or do you just say, you know what, this stinks, I'm not cut up for this, and you give up? Great entrepreneurs solve problems. They know how to solve their own problems, obviously, but also solve the problems of their clients. Those make the greatest products and services. So when you fail, when you have challenges in your business, this is an opportunity for you to build strong problem-solving skills. Ask yourself the question when you have a problem, what am I going to focus on here? Dwell on the problem or dwell on the fact that this is not a great situation? Or look at what needs to be fixed, how we're going to fix it, how we're going to move forward. Guys, I got one more flaw that you should avoid, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, InfoFree.com. I know many of you are struggling to find new customers. Trust me, I've been there. Most contact lists are outdated and don't have the sales leads that are right for your business. But let me tell you about a service I found that makes it a whole lot easier, InfoFree.com. And by the way, they're offering a free trial to listeners of our podcast. InfoFree.com's data is so accurate, it's been featured on 60 Minutes. Do you want to reach prospects with phone calls, emails, or direct mail? InfoFree.com has you covered with its database of 14 million businesses and 220 million consumers. It gives you the power to target specific leads that are right for your business. And with its free trial, you have nothing to lose. InfoFree.com has a free mobile app that gives you the ability to access all your sales leads and research any business before you call. Use the app on your iPhone or Android to qualify your leads within seconds. To get a free trial of InfoFree.com, just go to infofree.com/MBA and start doubling your sales. That's infofree.com/MBA. The final and 5th flaw you should avoid as an entrepreneur is a lack of generosity. I didn't want to say miserliness or being cheap here, because I do believe that if you're an entrepreneur, there is a sense of generosity that you have there because you want to build a business, you want to add value to the world. So when I say a lack of generosity, that means that you're holding back. You're holding back from being generous all the time. Now, this could be generous with your time, with the information you provide. A lot of people feel like, oh, I can't give all my good information or no one's going to buy anything. Nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, we are the perfect case study to oppose that argument. I mean, we try to give our best stuff every single day of the week, as well as our other webinar, Webinar Ninja, with our weekly blog. We have guides, we have free courses, and we're doing all right as a business. And those who lack generosity, that don't want to give their time to other people, I'm not saying you have to say yes to everybody, but I'm saying you do have to say yes to some people. You have to also show that you actually genuinely want to help people. And generosity is a habit. You have to work on it. You have to grow good habits of generosity. So sometimes we get stuck in our bubble of work and we just kind of just put our heads down and work, and we forget to give back, to help other people out, either through answering questions in social media or getting on other people's shows or speaking at events or helping other people in different ways. Or even just going to a conference and just seeking out people that are looking for new friends and looking for some people that are just standing alone. Be generous with your time. Be generous with your friendship. Be mindful that you have to be generous if you want to be a great entrepreneur. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. But it's time to announce this week's Free Ride Friday winner. Let's see who won the free ride. And the winner is iDone01 from the UK. A daily dose of awesome business advice, 5 stars. It could be very difficult to pick out the nuggets of information from a podcast, but this delivers it straight up in your hands on a plate. Omar's approach, delivery, and enthusiasm makes him an A++ presenter. If you're unsure about what podcast to listen to, try this one. Thank you so much for that review, and welcome to the 100